Years ago, I preached this message called the olive press. Why is if you look at olive oil, I like to cook, you like to cook, olive oil is very strong. We use olive oil, a lot of different meats, it does a lot of different things, a lot of different health properties to it. We use it in the church, the pure olive oil, the anointing oil. When you get a bottle of anointing oil, of olive oil, why don't you see the stems and the leaves and the seeds and the skin? All you get is the pure virgin olive oil, because it's not the olive that's most important, it's what's inside of it. And I preach this message called the olive press, where we're going to have to go through some stuff to get what's best in us out. We're going to go through a squeezing. We're going to go through a stomping sometimes. We're going to go through a process of being mashed, beat up, torn to pieces. And then when you think it's over with, think you've took all you can take, you go through a squeezing to where the only thing that comes out of you is the oil. So when we walk with God and we're obedient to this call with God, we're going to be squeezed. We're going to be beat. We're going to be mashed. We're going to be stepped on. We're going to be stepped on. We're going to be put through the ringer. We're going to go through it all. And then when we think we've done all we can do, that's when we're going to get squeezed the hardest. So that what's the best part of us that's in us can come out. And that's that oil, the oil of anointing from God. But all of us have to get out of the way. All of me has to be out of the way for the best of what He's put in me to come out. And that's not just me, that's you, that's him, that's her, that's him, that's anybody that's a child of God. You're going to go through some stuff so that the best part of you can be squeezed out and put to use. There's another message I did that Jesus broke. Jesus blessed what He broke. He blessed the bread and then He broke it. But when He blessed it, it was great. It was just 5 loaves of bread and 2 little fish. But once He broke the thing, once He got it in His hand, He broke it because He had a use for it. He had a purpose for it. Yeah, it was a pretty loaf of bread, sure. It was there on purpose. It was there to do a specific job to feed one person. But when Jesus got His hands on it, He had to break the thing. And when He started breaking the thing, it started multiplying because He blessed it. He blessed it and then He broke it. So a lot of times we have to be, once we turn our life over to Him, once we have surrendered and submitted, like you've heard me say so many times, once we have done that, and He gets His hands on you, and He starts breaking stuff. He starts breaking me this way, and He starts breaking me that way, and He starts breaking me this way, and He starts using me over this way. The next thing you know, I don't know what's going on, but all I know is I'm in the hands of the mighty God, and He's blessing. Though I'm broken, I'm still blessed. Though I'm broken, the light's still shining through me that much more. Though I'm broken, though I'm being squeezed, somehow, some way, through that process, He's bringing the best I have to offer, bringing it out to be used by Him for His fruit, so that His fruit will remain. So we're going to go through some stuff. That's just part of life, is just going through some stuff, surviving life. But when we go through this life knowing that we are in the hands of our Creator, you've seen it so many times. He's the potter, we're the clay. You know how in order to use clay that's already been formed and made and shaped into something, it has to be broke. Not only broke, it has to go through a crushing. What was once maybe a beautiful picture or a vase has to be broken back down into its smallest, tiniest form, and then it can be reused again. So how many times, has God had to break us? How many times has He had to put me through this pressing time, this heaviness time, this time of not knowing what in the world this outcome is going to be? But He's got me here. How do I know He's got me here? Because I'm in His hand. I'm in His hand. I'm not doing this on my own. I'm in His hand. He's got me. because he blessed it, and then he broke it. But it turns out in the end of that after he blessed it and he broke it, those 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, or 2 fish and 5, whichever way it was, the 5 loaves and 2 fish, or 2 loaves of bread and 5 fish, either way you want to look at it, he blessed it and then he broke it. So many times we want to look at it like, yeah, he's in my hand, he's got me, he does got me, but don't expect to just walk on and nothing ever happened, because it's through that breaking process that we learn that, yeah, I'm broke, but I'm broke for him. He broke me to give you your breakthrough. He broke me to give them their breakthrough. He broke them to give me my breakthrough. And it's a never-ending process that we all go through once we know that we're in his hand. But the end of that, he fed over 5,000 men, not counting the women and the children. Over 5,000 men with that small little lunch. That little lunch, that's all it was. If somebody packed a lunch, that's all they had. But once it was all over with and said and done, the word was brought forth, the best was brought out. Once the whole end of the whole ordeal was said and done and all over with, he said, now go pick up the broken pieces. Go pick up the leftovers. They're like, there can't be leftovers. There's leftovers. Everybody here is full. Nobody can take another bite. You've given them all I can. They've got it all. They can't take no more. Now go pick up the extras. 12 baskets full. 12 baskets full. So when we realize that we are in his hand and he's going to break us for his use, he's going to put us through the ringer for his use. We're going to go through all these different things that we're going to have to go through for his use, because we're obedient to the call, because we realize that we're nothing without him. Even if I'm in his, as long as I'm in his hand, even broken in his hand, I'm better off than I was living for the enemy, living in a life of sin. Even broken, though I'm broken, though he slay me, though I make my bed in the pits of hell, he's not going to leave me. So through it all, we realize that he still blesses. He still pours it out. Enough that you can go around and picking up. God picks up the broken pieces. And so many times in our life, we don't realize a broken piece of me went here. A broken piece of me went there. A broken piece of me went there. But it fed that person. Yeah, it broke. It hurt me. But I was in his hand. And as long as I'm in his hand, he can just keep on breaking me. He can break a piece off here and let them eat, and break a piece off here and let them eat, and break a piece off here and let you eat, because I'm in his hand. So he blesses what he breaks, and it's an amazing thing. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope it helps you.